Hi, this is Rotax Challenge of the Americas and SKUSA National Champion Sabre Cook, and I'm here with tips from Pit Lane, and you're watching KidzSpeed.
This is Christian reporting for KidzSpeed, and today we have Sabre Cook, a 6-time Colorado State champion, a SKUSA Tag USA champion, and a Rotax Challenge of the Americas champion. Sabre, when did you get started in karting? Obviously, your dad was a big part of it.
I got started in karting. I started driving when I was about 8 or 9, and then I started racing and taking it a little bit more seriously when I was about 10 and 11. And my dad used to race motorcycles in motocross and supercross professionally, and so he didn't really want us participating in that, and so he chose karting and cars was the compromise, and thought it would be more of a safe route in the motorsports world to go with.
I understand. You had the transition between karts and cars in 2011. How has karting helped you when you're in cars?
Well, I haven't been able to collect enough funding and sponsorship to run a car series full time or do a complete race, but from the experience I have, when you start to get into more of the high performance formula cars like the USF 2000 and the Formula Mazda, they're very similar to like a big shifter kart. Obviously, the biggest things though that you kind of have to adjust to being a karter is the weight transfer and the difference with the suspension feeling. It's not quite the same seat of the pants feel as a go-kart is. So when you have all that going on, the feeling to get comfortable is quite a bit different, as well as everything happens at a slower rate with a car rather than karting. So the reaction times you get from karting actually really benefit you when you move to cars.
Okay. How important is having good communication skills, good consistency, and being fit in racing?
Well, how important do you think it is?
Well, basically, with the good communication skills, you can actually, like, example, in basketball, or if you're running track, maybe you need really good shoes which are good for you. Maybe if you don't like maybe how soft the soles or how thick they are, maybe the toes are too thick and you want your shoes a little bit lighter. Maybe if you're running track, or maybe something may be wrong with the steering.
Yeah, exactly. So you know all those little changes and little differences you feel, you always need to be able to communicate with your team and your engineers in a good, harmonic atmosphere in order to get the best performance that you can from the team and from yourself.
Okay. And fitness is basically like you have to be able to really like turn the cart, or else it'll be hard to go, since you have to go through the turns slower, since the centripetal force puts you outside if you're going too fast.
Yep. And the faster you get going, the more G-forces you pull, which puts more strain on your physical condition. And when you start to get into bigger karts, like with the shifter karts, if you're not in good physical shape, cardio and strength-wise, then it takes away from your concentration, and it's harder for you to stay at like your peak performance level for long periods of time, for the entire like endurance of the race. So the better shape you're in, the longer you're able to perform at your best performance level.
Yeah, I understand. My sister is the only girl on an all-boys hockey team. How is it like to be the only girl at the racetrack?
I've been at the racetrack, growing up as one of the only females for quite some time now, so it's pretty normal for me, but I definitely have to approach things sometimes in a different aspect than other male drivers would, and just kind of everything is a little bit different, and females tend to our physical, like right out of the box, we're not as physically strong as a male. So when I really started committing to my fitness, like I talked about, it made a huge difference in my performance, and I instantly got faster and more confident in my driving.
That's basically the same thing of what you talked about in the last question.
Mm-hmm.
You have something in common. You're an engineering major in college, and I'm interested in engineering too. I think the Formula E and of course the Formula 1 too are pretty fascinating.
What do you like about them?
It's just interesting how like everything works, like the DRS. You know how you sometimes not exactly have to break the rules, but bend the rules.
Yep. The engineers are very good at coming up with solutions that sort of slide under the rules, but they tend to take it to a different level while staying within the rules. So you got to get creative sometimes.
Yeah. Understand. I race in the class and he just turned 9. I wonder, do you have any tips?
For kids your age, I would recommend consistent practice is really important, and making sure you get good people around you to help you grow into the best driver you can possibly be. Don't build bad habits, and always ask questions. That's the most important thing. Is if there's other older drivers around you, the best thing you can do is to try and gather as much information from them as possible. And seat time is vital at no matter what level you're at, but especially at a young age. And then I would suggest also you can start working on your own fitness program. Even from a young age, don't go out and lift heavy weights at the gym, but just being involved in sports and staying active and making it fun. That's a really good way to start out, as well as learning the best way that you know how to learn. So say you're a visual learner or an audio learner, that way you can recognize that, and then once you progress more into, more higher intensity racing situations and you need to learn something very quickly, you know how you learn, so you can get the most out of that situation in a short period of time.
Yeah. And last thing, I've heard that you got into the Red Bull Infinity Academy. I heard that you're not wearing a helmet with this award. Is that true?
Yeah, the Red Bull Infinity Academy is for engineering undergraduates. You apply online, you just send in your resume, and then if you're selected from there, you do a Skype interview and you make this short 90-second video. You send it in, and the video and the comments from the recruiter go to the Red Bull team over in the UK, and then some of the team principals pick top 10, and then the top 10 go to the national finals at the end of this month in Nashville, and then 1 or 2 Americans from there are chosen as part of the people that actually get the internship that starts September 1st, and the other candidates come from all of the regions all over the world.
Okay. Good luck, Sabre.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on KidzSpeed and sharing some great tips.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
This is Christian along with champion racer Sabre Cook, and you're watching KidzSpeed. Bye, Sabre.
Bye.